Go Sports Network, glad to have you with us. We're just underway with the hockey game between the New Trier Trevians green team and the Glenbrook North Spartans. And I'll tell you something, that this game is going to be a rowdy one because Glenbrook North has defeated New Trier once this year. Now picked up by Dodge Daverman, brought into the zone. Daverman goes to the corner. Daverman back behind the goal line, taken by Jensick over to the far side and tried to clear it out, held in the zone by Cecil. The background on this game, Glenbrook North thinks they can skate with New Trier. They beat New Trier 1-0 in the Blackhawk Charities tournament, but New Trier was missing a bunch of players for that game. Now they are all back. What we're going to be doing is editing out parts of this game due to time constraints. So a lot of the stoppages of play are going to be edited out for the sports triple header on our network. Andy Patience clears it ahead, now picked up by the New Trier Trevians. Trevians are undefeated in the league play, and that's icing against New Trier. On a wild Wednesday. Now the face-off, kick to the near side, wrapped around behind the goal line. Parker put it to the far side, picked up by Keelan. Keelan ahead. Into the zone comes Lutz. Lutz is held, down to the ice he goes. And the penalty for holding coming up. Put the hands around him, and the minor for holding. Todd Schwartz, a minor for holding.
Penalty number 26, Todd Schwartz, 2 minutes for holding.
Schwartz goes to sit in the sin bin, and that is not very good for Glenbrook North. Glenbrook North has been able to penalty kill only 14% of the time. So that's a problem that they are going to have. They've had all season long. They're 9-5 on the year. Now picked up by Elliot Johnson, just back from a shoulder injury. Elliot Johnson puts it out to the point. Daverman tried to keep it in the zone, and Eisenstein couldn't do it. Put to the far side, up ahead, and now the Spartans tried to clear again. That ran into traffic, picked up by Cecil. Cecil put it back to the corner, out to the high slot, back to the point, to the near point, and the shot by Daverman. Quick little wrist shot, and that was high and wide. Picked up by Johnson. Elliot Johnson, now he got bumped off, out to the point, held in by Daverman. Wilson, and cleared back out to center ice. Dodge Daverman. Daverman, I think they've given up on the idea that Peter Cecil is going to play defense on power play, and they've just moved him up to a forward. On the far side, up ahead, J. Edgar Keelan. Keelan into the zone. Near side, now picked up by Peter Cecil. Jensick, he fed it ahead. In comes Maserlian. Maserlian looking to spread it out. He's bothered. There's a shot, the save. Coming up the slot, that was Jensick. Didn't have much mustard on the shot, though. Back comes Peter Cecil. The big blast and the save. And now put to the corner, Wilson. Wilson with it. Oh, take that back. That was Millard. Out to center ice. Matt Cohn with the big blaster and held on by C.J. Heitman in goal tonight for the Trevians. 10:06 to play. As we said, we're going to try and run this game a little quicker than what we normally do, and that owing to our time constraints on the network. Now deep into the corner. A lot of bad blood between these two teams. To the near side, and now cleared ahead. Back into the zone and right back out. And flipped back into the zone deep. Picked up by Andy Patience. Patience got it again as a gift. Park puts it into the zone. Back behind the goal line. Left there by Greg Cooper, near side. Eisenstein cleared it out to center ice. Now Scott Berger misjudged it. Now not Cooper. Eisenstein, he tried to find Holtzman, and that didn't work. Now flipped into the zone by Mike Scala. His brother Bobby not playing tonight. Bobby Scala had some penalty troubles in the Culver tournament. Trier played in the Culver tournament. And Bobby Scala got 5 penalties in a game, and that is a game misconduct. So he sits a second game. Park clears it out to center ice, flipped into the zone by the Spartans, Eisenstein, and he got hit from behind, and that's going to be one on Chris Miller. Chris Miller, a minor for checking from behind, and a game ejection. Went up the back. Chris Miller, a check from behind and a game ejection. And Chris is done for the evening. And that's precisely why, that penalty is precisely why it has been called, is to stick somebody's face against the boards or blindside somebody. Now the face-off, cleared out to the high slot. There's the shot, just a little wide. Brought to the near side. Out to the point, Joel Park. Deflected the wrong way by Maserlian. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have counted, I don't think, because he would have been directing it in with the skate. Now Maserlian. Jensic. Trevian's penalty killing. They are among the top in the league in that department. 94% of the time they kill penalties. On the near side boards. Into the zone comes Rue. Rue's shot just a little wide. Picked up his own. Maserlian picked it up. Now Park puts it to the far side. The big blaster. That ran into traffic. Rapecki with that shot. Now Joel Park for Glenbrook North on the near side. Rue into the zone and then stopped with a little indecision with a couple of Trevians as a thundering herd coming by. Cooper put it to the far side, stolen away by the Trevians, right into the slot. A shot and a goal! Short-handed. Andy Patience puts it home. And it's 1-0 in favor of New Trier. Andy Patience with the blaster. And it is 1-0 in favor of the New Trier Trevians. Out into the zone. And offside, I believe. Now lost the puck. Cleared ahead. Out to the point, held in the zone. Joel Park. Joel Park with the puck on the near side. Little give and go on the standing breakout. Park put it to the near side. Judd Holtzman. Holtzman tried to center it, did so, but a little too deep, and Heitman directed it behind the goal. And Glenbrook North has only had an extra day rest, only 2 days rest, having played Loyola Gold in a tough game on Monday. And the New Trier Trevians have had an extra day. They played in the tournament at Culver, lost in overtime. Right through the slot, brought in, grabbed and held on, and I believe there's a penalty coming up, and here's Rapecki getting into a little push and shove, but I think we got a penalty for delay of game. One of the Trevians actually fell on that puck, and Parker Millard, I believe, that is, going to get the penalty for delay of game. No, for roughing. He signaled kind of a half rough, half delay of game. For falling down on that darn thing. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's either rough or delay a game. They're calling it a rough. Jeff Parker puts it to the near side, out to the point. Held in the zone. Jensick in the corner. He's bothered by Patience, I believe that is. Andy Patience, and they're kicking it along the boards. Pops free over to that far side. Steve Maserlian, one of the top scorers in the division. There's a shot and the save, grabbed and held on by C.J. Heitman. Now the face-off, following the freezing of the puck by Heitman, goes by him. Heitman's lost his stick. There's Lutz going to pick it up as they kick it along the boards there. Now put over here onto the near side, and they fall down, the puck underneath them, and the whistle stopping play. Minute 10 left on the Trevian minor. 5:15 left to play. 2-0 in favor of the Trevians, as you saw on the scoreboard. The puck squirts into the slot and backhanded out to the high slot. There's the big blaster. That ran into traffic. Second attempt, and that was cleared by the Trevians. Rapecki puts it to the near side. Cleared ahead. Now flipped into the zone by Keelan. Paul Jensick. And now flipped back down into the Glenbrook North end of things. Taken there by Matt Cohn. Cohn brings it ahead. Matt Cohn, down he goes. On his own. Park put it into the zone. Trevian's control. Didn't get it out. Now it's flipped out of there and back into Glenbrook North territory. Taken by Dodge Daberman for the Trevians. Into the slot. Got a little weak shot away through the sticky wickets. Deflected on the near side boards. Picked up by John Wilson. He'll dump it deep to the boards. Park to the far side. Jensick cleared out to center ice all the way back into the Trevians' end. Jeff Parker. Parker sets it ahead. Nice dish out pass to Dodge Daverman at the red line. Flipped into the zone. Put over to the corner. Rapecki, near side. And now the Trevians clear back out to center ice. Into the zone. And on the near side boards, down they go. Puck kind of underneath there. Daverman hit a little bit by Delaney, Ryan Delaney. Now Rapecki clears it, and that's going to be icing, and it is. Icing against Glenbrook North. Now the face-off picked up by Eisenstein. He had his pocket picked by Mike Scala into the slot. Now there's a shot, ran into traffic. Delaney put his body in front of that one. Brody Lemaire kept it in the zone. Over on that far side now, Patience right into the slot, taken by Joel Park out of harm's way. Mike Scala and Delaney will go to the corner. Scala got there first. Near side, Elliot Johnson back behind the goal line. Near side. Now flipped over to that far side. Fanned on the puck, and Scala had it briefly out to the point. The long shot, the save, grabbed and held on. Greg Cooper. Now Trevians into the slot. Knocked out of there by Glenn Roberts, but he put it deep into the zone. Right in the front. Shot and the save. Not a very smart move on Roberts' part. And the near side out to the point, and Jensen clears. Little give and go, and Masurlian wasn't going, and it kind of dribbles into the zone. Roberts in the corner. Now centered. Taken by the Trevians. Over to the far side. 4-on-2 break. Into the zone. Kaelin dropped past it. A little backhander. That was wide. J. Edgar Kaelin. Lutz is open in the slot. Back behind the goal line. And they push it along. In front. Shot not deflected away. The puck loose. A lot of sticky wickets in the way. Yeah, you're never going to get much shots away when you have all those legs and sticks in the way, all the way down. And that's icing. That was a desperation icing on the part of the Glenbrook North Spartans. As we wind down the first period, Trevians leading 2-0. Near side. Centered right through everything. Over to that far side. Wilson. Take that back, that was Daverman. Cleared back down and back into the zone. Taken by Patience. Off the boards. Cleared ahead. Rapecki to the far side. And the Trevians keeping the Spartans well on their heels here. Rapecki stolen away by Daverman. There's a loose shot and the save. And now Rapecki and Daverman get a little entangled. And we're set for the face-off. The draw. Heavy check along the boards. Through to the far side. There's a shot and the save, and held on again by Cooper. And again, a little glaring on that far side. The center's unable to square themselves off. Out to the point. The shot ran into traffic, and now once again Greg Cooper grabs it and holds on. As we said, we're trying to keep ourselves together here allotment time-wise between triple headers, so we are cutting down some of that dead time, as it were, between the time the whistle's blown and the time that the puck is dropped. that, as the horn sounds, ending the first period. With the score, the New Trier Trevians 2 and the Glenbrook North Spartans nothing. We'll be back with more hockey action in just a moment. Chicago Sports Network, glad to have you back. All set to get underway with the second period of tonight's hockey action here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Glenbrook North and New Trier Trevians green. Maserlian, the big cranker and the save. Wrapped around to the near side. Elliott Johnson. And brought back behind the New Trier goal to the side of the net and grabbed and held on by C.J. Heitman. And now some pushing and shoving on the end of that. And some glaring. Greg Stankiewicz, the referee tonight. The face-off out to the point, the big cranker from the point, and held on. And once again, some pushing and shoving. Sticks up a little bit. Everybody trying to keep a cool head and keep everybody off the goalie. They'll send him out. He's not ready. No. Charlie Lutz was not ready for the face-off, and so because his helmet was not fastened, they sent him out. Patience. Now at the near side from Rapecki, flipped into the zone. Maserlian backside and shot it out of the ring. We are set for the face-off. Cleared to center ice. Keelan, the long shot, that went wide. Rue. Eisenstein flipped back down into the zone. Delaney out to the point, dribbles the shot, grabbed and held on by Cooper as the puck dribbled by. We're in the second period of this one. Regular season play, second half of the season. Playoffs begin in a couple of weeks. On the far side, boards. On the near side, cleared ahead, out to center ice. Cecil, and now put to the far side. I think that was Brody Lemaire that did that. Into the zone offside. Trevians caught with their feet in the cookie jar. Brody Lemaire. Now picked up by Park. Park up ahead for Elliott Johnson. That misconnections. Eddie Park into the zone. Eddie Park got the puck caught up in the referee's skates. Over here on the near side, some more pushing and shoving after the play. A long shot into the zone on the dump and chase. Now Peter Cecil put it to the far side. Picked up there by the Trevians. They clear it out to center ice and flip into the Glenbrook North end. To the near side. The shot by Holtzman ran into a skate. Brody Lemaire. Now on that far side, cleared ahead, a little give and go play. And the Trevians with the breakout. Peter Cecil. Now Wilson to the backside, right in front. Shot a goal! Kevin Morgan with the goal, and it's 3-0 New Trier. Nobody picked up Kevin Morgan, and he had all the time in the world in the slot. The Glenbrook North defense collapsed in a little bit too tight. To the near side, cleared ahead. To the corner, Delaney. He's bumped by Wilson on the near, and they push it along the boards in the corner. They can't freeze it. That's a delay of game penalty over there. Vasarlian. Shot and a save. Oh my! What a save by C.J. Heitman. The man sneaking through the back door. Got a little bit behind the defense and tried to guide it in. And Heitman there for the save. Taken by the Trevians, now up ahead. Patience. New Trier Trevians with it now into the zone. Millard and Delaney. Delaney kicked it behind the goal. Taken by Park. Park up ahead, out to the point. Held in by Andy Patience. And it goes back behind the goal again. And that goes up onto the netting, and the whistle stops the play. The face-off. Hand pass, but it went to one of the Spartans. Roberts. Now Millard. Millard up ahead for Keelan. That misconnection, but we got a breakaway. In on goal, shot, and just shot it wide. Lutz just shot it wide, but we got a penalty coming up. Back behind the play on Glenbrook North for roughing. Roberts a minor for roughing. Out to the point. There's the shot that went wide. Put to the near side, and Wilson. So the Trevians with the man advantage here, right through the slot. Over to the far side. Taken there by Cecil. And apparently they have moved him up to forward on the power play. Over here to the near side. They've just given up on the idea that he's going to play some defense. Deflected in. Shot a goal. And it's 4-0. Charlie Lutz deflects it home. And it is 4-0.
Trier goal scored by number 11, Charlie Lutz, assisted by number 19, John Wilson.
The face-off. Flipped into the zone. The long shot. And saved by Heitman, and he holds on. And a little glaring around. We have a new goalie in for the Spartans. Trevians leading 4-0. Flip back deep, that quick shot, the save, rebound. Oh my, just shot it wide. There's a shot saved. Another one, grabbed and held on, and now a scrum in there. Well, oh, a little push and shove on the end of that. And I would think if Greg wants to have any semblance of control, he's going to call some penalties here. Flipped out to the point and cleared out to center ice. Now the Trevians clear it ahead. 2-on-1 break into the zone. Backdoor shot. Oh, just a little wide again. Got a little piece of it. Steve Klein now in goal for Glenbrook North. Backhanded out of the zone by Jason Cray. And the Trevians dump it back in to the Glenbrook North end. Drop pass to the near side. And now nothing but pride at stake, and it always leads to a little bit of rowdiness. And we got some more here. We got a minor for roughing coming up. Looks to be on Parker Millard. Parker Millard, a minor for roughing. Trevians leading 4-0. Park back behind the goal line. Drop pass over to that far side. Cleared ahead. Touched by the Trevians. Mishandled by the Trevians. And it offside. It is offside against Glenbrook North. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. All the way down the network line. Glad to have you with us for hockey action. The draw is controlled by Glenbrook North. They flip it into the zone. Now Jeff Parker cleared it into the Glenbrook North end, put to the near side, wrapped around to the far side. As we said, the Trevians among the top penalty-killing teams in the league, if not the whole state this year. And Glenbrook North among the worst in the division. On the equal with the New Trier Blue and Loyola Maroon. In fact, Maroon has a better goals against average, penalty killing average, than does Glenbrook North. Jensick to the near side. There's a shot off the side of the net to the near side. Back out to the point, held in by Peter Cecil. And I think the reason, by the way, that Glenbrook North has that problem is they have a tendency to chase the puck. And because they chase the puck, they have a tendency not to be in position to clear the puck out of the zone. That is, they're not in position to have the puck where they're supposed to have the puck in that defensive zone during a penalty killing situation. There's a long blaster in the save by Heitman from the point. So Glenbrook North basically is getting caught out of position in the penalty killing situation. They set themselves up all right and then kind of lose track of what they're doing, perhaps more interested in goal scoring. Even on the defensive end, a little one-dimensional. That is to say, the players are one-dimensional. Cleared out, Elliot Johnson. Down he goes. Back behind the goal line. Put over here to the near side. We've got a penalty for elbowing coming up on Park. Eddie Park, a minor for elbowing. Eddie Park, a minor for elbowing. And the face-off will come outside the zone. They goofed on that one. They were going to put it inside the zone. And linesman error. And they'll move it outside. On the near side boards now. Lepecki tried to get it out of the zone, ran it into one of the Trevians. Now long dish out pass. Picked up by the new Trier Trevians back the other way. And ran it right into the new Trier bench. And there are two new Trier players over there that should not be there. Both of them are suspended players. Chris Miller, who had been there during the first period, he got a game ejection. And Bobby Scala, that's not a protestable offense, but they aren't supposed to be there, and particularly without helmets on. Picked up by Matt Lepecki. Near side. To the back door. Eisenstein couldn't control the puck. Delaney couldn't keep it in the zone. Lay offside, and the Trevians clear it back out to center ice. Cleared the rest of the way into the Glenbrook North end. Taken by Lepecki for Glenbrook North. The pass over led. And Chris Ho cleared back into the zone and back behind the goal line. As the Trevians continue to penalty kill. Glenbrook North, the dish out pass a bit long. 2-on-2, 2-on-3. And the puck dribbles to the corner. And a whistle, and some more pushing and shoving on the end. Patience and Eisenstein. Naturally, Lepecki going to get over there. And because of that, Lepecki being in there, that face-off was supposed to come outside the zone. It did not, however. Cleared back out to center ice, Matt Lepecki. Put back down into the zone. Lutz gave it to Cohn. Now here's Lepecki. His shot ran into Cecil out front, who sacrificed his body for that shot. Park off a skate, cleared back into the zone. Won't be icing. Picked up by Cecil with Berger, the thundering herd behind him. Jeff Parker, the long dish out pass. Scala into the zone. Mike Scala tried to turn the corner, did so. Got the shot, grabbed and held on. As players were flying by. Steve Klein now in goal for the Spartans. 4-0 in favor of New Trier. The face-off. The Serlian, that ran into traffic. Delaney up ahead. Now here's Parker. Jeff Parker cleared it ahead. Scala. Kevin Morgan. His long shot, saved and held on. And now afterwards, a little push and shove. And we'll have some penalties. A bit late coming in. And the Trevians, I think, will be coincidentally short here. Todd Becker and Becker just gets the rough on the end of that. Understandably, that was a protection to the goaltender on the new Trier player coming in late. I forgot who that was, but whoever it was, he came in late. And Todd Becker, Lutz with the shot just a little wide. Todd Becker trying to defend Steve Klein. takes the roughing call. Over on that far side, cleared by Glenbrook North. Took a funny bounce. Centered. Turnaround shot. The save. But certainly didn't put much steam on that. Elliott Johnson into the zone. Johnson dropped past it. Wilson tried to feed the point. Taken back by Steve Masurlian for Glenbrook North. The big blaster by him, and again the save, and the puck gets caught up in the netting. And the face-off will take place inside the New Trier end after C.J. Heitman deflected it out of the rink. Parker, Jeff Parker. The lead-out pass, a bit overled. Trevion's control nonetheless into the zone. Back at the point. The blast and the save. Now flipped out to center ice. Jeff Parker. J. Edgar Keelan. To the far side, now to the near side. Into the zone. Parker Millard into the high slot. There's the big shot, the save. Back behind the goal. Wrapped around to the near side. And again back out to the point over to that far side. Patience. Kevin Morgan. Cranked it, ran into a stick of Cray. Kevin Morgan, and he's bothered by Eisenstein. Rue to the far side, right into the slot, and New Trier clears it out of the zone. Keelan with the long dump into the zone for the line change. They got partially completed with it to the near side. I guess that's not what they were doing. They're just trying to dump it out of harm's way. Here come the Trevians back the other way into the zone. Down the man goes. Nothing called. Nor should there have been. Over on that far side. As the horn sounds ending the second period. And the end of the second period of play. And the score to the New Trier Trevians 4 and Glenbrook North nothing. We'll be back with more hockey action in just a moment. We go to the third period on this one. And Glenbrook North thought they could skate with New Trier. So far they haven't shown it. They're down 4-0. Right through the slot. Oh, just deflected a little wide. Little backhander by Dodge Daverman. Off the funny bounce off the boards. Flipped back down into the zone. Cleared ahead. Now Trevians with the puck. Here's Wilson with the big blaster. And grabbed and held on by Steve Klein. Next week on the network, big basketball game. The New Trier Trevians and Farragut. That's next week. The Trevians and Farragut. Our hockey action next week. New Trier Green and Glenbrook South. Here's what I'm talking about puck chasing. 4 Glenbrook North players over there on that near side. Cleared out to center ice. Near side, Daverman into the zone. Daverman centered it into the slot. A scrum there. And the Spartans clear it. Errant pass held in the zone. Back behind the goal line. Attempt at a wraparound. Nothing doing. The Spartans in too tight. Kept in the zone by Park. Cleared back out to center ice. There's a long shot. Grabbed and held on. And a bump on the end. And where would we be without a little bit of trash talk? But we got a penalty coming up on Joel Berger. He also gets one for the mouth. Double minor. Back behind the goal line, over here to the near side. 4-minute penalty for the Trevians to work with here. Centered through everything over to that far side. Now deep to the zone. There's a little flick shot. That's a little wide. Cleared it out to the point. There's a shot. That was deflected. And on to the far side. Now Cohn into the zone. They met Cohn with the big blaster. The save by Heitman. Back behind the goal line. And now a penalty for Judd Holtzman for roughing on that punch thrown in the corner. Coming up. And the Spartans are going to be down 2 men. There's a shot just a little wide. And the whistle. So Berger, 2 minutes for high sticking and unsportsmanlike conduct. And now Mr. Holtzman will sit for roughing on that punch in the corner. Not only was that stupid for the idea of having the punch, but he did it right in front of Greg Stankiewicz. So you might want to add that as an extra. Really, it's a 2 minutes for stupidity. Cleared out to center ice all the way down. If you're going to do something like that, you don't do that in front of the referee in the first place. Now up ahead. Here come the Trevians into the zone. Peter Cecil bounced it, cleared it out to center ice. And now fed ahead. Lutz put it to the far side. Wilson. Johnny Wilson out to the point. Daverman back to Wilson. Cecil walks in, takes the shot. The save by Klein. The rebound's free. Still loose. To the side of the net. Now finally grabbed and held on. And again, some more pushing and shoving. But nothing to call. So the Trevians with the 2-man advantage. Trying to play it a little deliberately here. And unable to get it home. But the Trevians leading 4-0 anyway. Cleared back out to center ice. And back into the Trevians end. C.J. Heitman gave it up to J. Edgar Keelan. Keelan up ahead for Lutz. Lutz into the zone. Spreads it out. Charlie Lutz into the corner. Out to the point. The walk in. The back door. Shot into save. We got another penalty coming up on Glenbrook North for cross-checking. A whistle and the stoppage of play. And another penalty coming up on Glenbrook North. This one for cross-checking. At 10:05, and now we're going to add the 10-minute misconduct onto that one. To Rapecki, and he is done for the evening. So now the Trevians will have a delay minor, and they'll still have about 2 minutes of 3-man situation. On the far side, now out to the point, Peter Cecil. Cecil out to the high slot. Dodge Daverman, put it to the far side. Daverman has it again at the high slot. There's the long shot, grabbed and held on. And another face-off coming up. There's the draw. J. Edgar Keelan. Out to the wing, to the backside. They shot, ran into sticky wickets out front. There's that puck chasing again. And cleared out to the point. Over to the far side. The big cranker and the save, and held on. Good job by Steve Klein. He's had a tough job having to come in for Greg Cooper. And so far has shut down the Trevians over on that far side. There's the long shot pulled out of the air, grabbed and held on. And like we said, editing this thing up There's a backdoor shot. That ran into a leg. Johnny Wilson. Right through everything. Put to the near side. Elliott Johnson. To the backside. There's a shot. The save. And the whistle stops the play. Man in the crease. Elliott Johnson out to the point. Held in. There's the shot, save, rebound. Popped out of there. For more pushing and shoving in that slot. That's a good job by the Trevias trying to post it up. They have not been very good at that through the course of this season. Here's Jensic. Shot and a goal! Paul Jensic puts it home for Glenbrook North. And it's 4-1. And while we have a break in the action, let's take a break. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Glenbrook North goal by Paul Jensic puts them on the board, and it's 4-1. And the face-off coming up. Eisenstein with the assist. Now flip into the zone. The long shot through everything. Brought to the near side. Park. Keelan. J. Edgar Keelan tried for the wraparound. That didn't quite work. Little shovel. There's a long shot grabbed and held on by Klein. I think it would have been wide anyway. Better safe than sorry. Parker with the long shot. That's deflected over the net, over the goal, and the whistle for stoppage of play as the linesman went down injured. And we're set for another faceoff coming up. Yeah, I think he got slashed on the arm. Out to the point, to the corner, into the slot, and Eisenstein strong arms it out to center ice. Picked up by Jeff Parker. Parker puts it off the glass. Joel Park. Now J. Edgar Keelan. Keelan. Couple of Trevians parked in that slot. Stolen away, however. Out to the point and cleared out to center ice. The penalties are over, and everybody copacetic. Shorthanded goal for the Spartans. Cleared into the zone. Klein put it to the near side. Now here come the Glenbrook North Spartans out of the zone. Eisenstein brings it in. There's the shot just wide. On the near side. Now Delaney. Parker. And the scrum is the puck frozen there. Underneath everybody. The face-off is taken by Wilson, now near side. Ho up ahead, flipped into the zone. Wilson, backhand shot, save, and held on. And Todd Becker with a little extra poke with the stick. Meanwhile, some glaring going on deep in the zone between Holtzman and Daverman. And I don't think that one's over by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think that one's over. And they've been kind of pushing and bumping at each other a little bit. Flipped over to the far side. Ho. Holtzman. Deep to the corner. Wilson. Fed ahead. Now not out of the zone. Back behind the goal line. That's Cohn. Near side, out to the point and cleared out to center ice. Cohn directed to the far side. And the Spartans couldn't get it into the zone. Chris Ho flips it back out to center ice. There's a bump there. 1, 2, and getting a little rowdy. There's the Holtzman Daverman. Oops. Kevin Morgan from behind. And he's getting pummeled, and Joel Park came off the bench there. Now, who was that? Ho came in on that. We got a couple of fights going on here on the ice. Taking down numbers. Wilson.
I got it.
Let's see. Who do we have here? Well, Berger jumped into that one. Park did. Ho comes back. Ho and Becker still at it. And Park trying to stop it. A little cheap shot thrown in there by Becker. But Park came off that bench, even though he was doing the line change, so it's kind of close whether you'd call that leaving the bench for an altercation. A lot of penalties. A lot of penalties on this one. We had 6 fighting majors off that, and a couple of check from behinds. 6 fighting majors, couple of check from behinds, and some coincidentals for roughing. And we're back to the action. Now Maserlian into the zone. I always hate to see that. That's not the game of hockey. Anybody who fights does not have a respect for the game. Plain and simple. Flip down into the zone. Paul Jensic. Delaney, near side. Maserlian. And the benches are being thinned out a little bit. We've got a bunch now that have been sent off for the night. Through the slot over here to the near side, cleared. And in fact, 3 of those Trevians, the 3 Trevians and the 3 Glenbrook North players, will be gone for 3 games. So we will not see them next week on our game with Glenbrook South either. And those 3 being Kevin Morgan, Chris Ho jumped in on that on the end, and off the post, shot just wide, net is dislodged and now grabbed and held on. So Morgan, Johnny Wilson, there's the thinned out New Trier bench. They have Chris Miller, who went out on the check from behind. Dodge Daverman, who goes out on the check from behind. Kevin Morgan has been excused for 3 games now for the fighting major. Johnny Wilson for 3 games on the fighting major. And Chris Ho for 3 games on the fighting major on that end. Glenbrook North has had a couple of players excused for the evening as well. Joel Park for 3rd man in, even though he was trying. The shot and a goal! And now after the play, Parker Millard and some more altercation. And another game exclusion coming up. I'm sure on the check from behind that started that ruckus. So we will add another one to Todd Schwartz on the game exclusion. And I think in a situation like this, it's almost better to give them something else that will also send a message that they're not going to accept this in the league in the future by giving them an additional games. This one getting rowdy. And the benches are practically emptied of anybody. These players are going to have to stay on the ice for the rest of the game. Fortunately, there's only about 5 minutes left to play. Over here on the near side, flip back down into the zone. And over here on the near side, cleared ahead. Here's Cecil. Through the slot over to that far side. Now Jensic back behind the goal line. And the Trevians leading it now 5-1. Park. And just about any time anybody touches anybody here now, you're going to be screaming that there should be an additional penalty somewhere. Flip back behind the goal line. A rowdy one tonight. Glenbrook North thought they could skate with New Trier, and then when things kind of got rough and they realized they weren't going to do it, that sort of added on. New Trier also a little angry about that single loss they had to Glenbrook North in the Blackhawk tournament, and between the two, a lot of bad blood between them. And it has led to a major fight on the ice and some game exclusions, some game ejections, 5-minute majors, and the game misconducts. There's the shot, grabbed and held on, and Klein on it. Eisenstein tried to hatch Andy Patience, who's been pressed into service as a forward, I guess. A little bit everywhere. Charlie Lutz. There's a shot that ran into a leg out front by Keelan. And the Glenbrook North Spartans clear it ahead. And a whistle for the offside. Winding this one down, and I'm glad that it is winding down. There's only 3 Glenbrook North players left on that bench, and the Trevians only have 3 as themselves. And we lose a puck. Now the face-off bounces around a little bit. Flipped into the zone. Back behind the goal line. Brought to the near side. Andy Patience. 1 minute left to play here in the game. Trevians leading it 5-1. Or is it 6-1 now? I lose track. Into the zone. Shot. There it is, 6-1. I knew. Charlie Lutz puts it home, and it's 6-1 in favor of the Trevians. Now Glenbrook North Spartans, and we'll finish this one up relatively sedate. You almost have to. Kind of hard to say that, gee, I hope we get out of this one alive. Well, unfortunately for New Trier, Glenbrook North, it isn't so bad, but for New Trier, they've got Loyola Gold as their next game, and they will be missing those 3 players. The big cranker ran into a leg, now out to the point. Craig got stung a little bit by that shot from the point. Right into the slot, shot saved, and held on. And that'll do it. Final score, the New Trier Trevians 6 and the Glenbrook North Spartans 1. This is Mark Run. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Stick around for more sports action on the network. And we say, as always,